and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State basketball broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Sandhills Global, Doane University, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Wingstop, Acres, High Electric, Eustis Body Shop, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, Roofing Service Company, Union Bank and Trust, Lincoln Financial Chiropractic, and DOT Highway Safety Office, Jimmy John's, Members Own Credit Union, Nebraska Army National Guard, Hamilton Telecommunications, and the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainert.
It is time to kick off the 2025 NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships live from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert coming at you courtside here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We kick off our coverage of 24 more games with number one seed Johnson Brock going up against the 8-seeded Elmwood-Murdock Knights here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're just moments away from tip-off. They just got starting lineups underway thanks to Jake Sorensen, Jake Bachhoven, and the rest of the crew back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, making sure we get connected. Thank you guys for the overwhelming support last week in our girls' state coverage where we saw 24 games come and go, and now it's time we turn our attention to the boys' side of things with Class D1 going on today, and then Class A later this afternoon and evening. Jay Foreman will join me this afternoon for those Class A matchups. But first, Johnson Brock. They're 26-1 on the year, led by head coach Lucas Dallinghouse. It's their 12th appearance in school history to the state tournament, and they were state champions in 2024 and 2023. So Johnson Brock going for the three-peat here in 2025. But in their way today, Elmwood-Murdock, the Knights, 14-11 on the season. It's just their 10th appearance in school history. It's their first appearance since 2018, so they haven't been here for a while, and we're ready to go here in just a few seconds. Johnson Brock in their white uniforms, Elmwood-Murdock in their road blacks is Elmwood-Murdock, that goes right to left, and the Knights win the tip as it's controlled by number 4 for number 14 for Elmwood-Murdock. That's Dashel Coleman. Coleman on the right side. Coleman passes now top of the key. I'll get to the rest of the starting lineups in just a moment, but here for Elmwood-Murdock, it is Lane Mills. Mills with the basketball, turns around, and the jumper's good on the attempt by number 13, Aiden Schmidt, the leading scorer for Elmwood-Murdock, averaging just a little over 20 points per game. On the left side for Johnson Brock, here is Camden Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse, certainly a name you're going to hear often, as quick pass inside is hauled in by Austin Meyer, and he puts it up for 2. It's 2-2 here in the early goings of our first game here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So Elmwood-Murdock with the basketball, working with it right side is Coleman. Coleman fires the 3 on the way, just a little too strong, and a collaborative effort on the rebound there by Johnson Brock as it's finally hauled in by Austin Meyer. Now top of the key, it's Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse, there's a couple of them. Obviously, Lucas Dollinghouse, the head coach, now inside, kicks it out right wing. This is Caden Dollinghouse. He has it on the right side as Dollinghouse passes left side into the elbow, jumper on the way, and drains it on the attempt by number 11. That is Brody Kaler, the 6'4" junior that averages just under 16 points per matchup. On the right side now, here's Elmwood-Murdock trailing 4-2 with 6.5 to go in the first quarter, and we have our first whistle and our first foul of the ball game, and it's going to go on the Johnson Brock Eagles. Johnson Brock on the year 26-1, while Elmwood-Murdock 14-11. It'll be a baseline inbound here for the Knights of Elmwood-Murdock. They get it up top as it is number 15, Abram Jones, who passes it to Dashel Coleman. Coleman fires the 3, and Elmwood-Murdock has a 1-point lead. It's 5-4 in the first 2 minutes of the ball game. 6:21 to play, first quarter, 5-4. Elmwood-Murdock on top of Johnson Brock. Johnson Brock fires to the right side. Here is Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse now inside once again as they're trying to beat the zone defense, and they're able to on another jumper for Brody Kaler. He now has 4 points on 2 of 2 from the field, and Johnson Brock is back out in front, 6-5. 6 minutes to go, first quarter just underway here at PBA. Nick Sainert with you on 93.7 The Ticket. Down low, that pass deflected, tipped around, and Aiden Meyer falls on a body of Elmwood-Murdock as he fell over the top of Clayton Fletcher right in front of us, and we have a whistle and a foul is called against Elmwood-Murdock. So Johnson Brock to inbound. It'll be number 5, Camden Dollinghouse to inbound. Camden averages 16.5 per game, while his brother Kaysen averages 12. Shot from the left wing will not fall. Austin Meyer gets his shot block on the putback, and it's going to be out of bounds, but it'll stay on that end of the floor with Johnson Brock as they lead at 6-5 here with 5:42 to go in the first quarter. So Johnson Brock, baseline inbound here, 5:42 to play, opening quarter. 6-5, they lead it. They inbound it now to Kaysen Dollinghouse. Now Dollinghouse gives it to Bowie. Bowie down on the right elbow and back out to now Camden Dollinghouse. Camden passes left side to Kaysen. Kaysen will try to drive baseline for Johnson Brock. Now top of the key, 3 ball on the way, and it will not fall for Bowie, but another offensive board. It's deflected, tipped out of the hands of Austin Meyer, who rebounded offensively for a moment for Johnson Brock, and Elmwood-Murdock takes it back the other way. 5:14 to play first quarter. Driving baseline on the right side for Elmwood-Murdock. Now passing it back out. The jumper is blocked. Fought for. The loose ball is won by the Knights, and Elmwood-Murdock on the attempt. Nice job by Aiden Schmidt to be able to haul that loose basketball in and put it up for 2. It's now 7-6 Elmwood-Murdock as they hit a layup on the doorstep just in front of the rim. Now right side, here's Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse now to Bowie. Bowie back to Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse on the right wing, crossing over. Now passes back inside of the paint. Right on the Big Ten logo. The jumper is no good. Austin Meyer with another rebound, but on his way back up, he got it stripped again. It was the second time in second possession. Now a pass on the other end for Elmwood-Murdock is deflected and taken away by Dollinghouse. A little bit of sloppy basketball early on here as Dollinghouse fires the 3 from the top of the key. It hit off front iron, no good. And the rebound is hauled in by number 23. That is Toll, Carson Toll, the 6'3 sophomore for the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. So 7-6 is your score, 4:14 to go in the first quarter. 7-6, Elmwood-Murdock out in front by a point. Here on the left side, it's Toll. Toll tries to get it inside. That pass deflected by Austin Meyer, and it's taken away by Johnson Brock. Is now back the other way. Here's Bowie in the lane. He's fouled, and that will be a foul on Elmwood-Murdock with 3:59 to go in the first quarter, and that foul goes on Carson Toll. So that's going to be his first personal foul at the line. Garrison Bowie at the line to shoot 2 shots. First one on the way is good by Bowie. So once again, Johnson Brock, as we have a pause in the action, a timeout on the floor, we'll go ahead and keep it right here. But like I said, Johnson Brock 26-1 on the season. Their starting 5, just for more context, a 6'4" senior, number 4 Austin Meyer, number 11, a 6'4" junior forward averaging 15.5 per game, Brody Kohler, number 13, a 6'3" senior guard, Keeson Dollinghouse, and number 15, a 5'11" senior guard, Garrison Bowie. For Elmwood-Murdock, the Knights, 14-11 on the year. It's their 10th appearance in the state tournament. And their starting 5, Clayton Fletcher, Aiden Schmidt, who's their leading scorer, Dashel Coleman, who's a 6'3" junior, Abram Jones, a 6'3" senior, and last but not least, the gentleman who that foul was called on, a 6'3" sophomore, number 23, Carson Toll. So the first free throw for Johnson Brock was good, and the second one on its way, and it will bounce over that front iron and drop through the nylon for the second free throw. So Bowie goes 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. It's now 8-7 once again for Johnson Brock. Johnson Brock early on in this one, 0 for 3 from beyond the three-point line. As Elmwood-Murdock trails by 1, they have the basketball, bringing it across the timeline, passing left side now with it, number 15, that's Jones. Jones passes back top to Toll. Toll now right wing to Fletcher. Fletcher to Schmidt. Schmidt down low on the left block to Toll. Toll working on Dollinghouse. The layup is going to miss everything. No good on as he tried to go from the left side of the hoop to the right side on a reverse layup, unable to get any part of the rim. Now in the lane, Dollinghouse draws the contact and is able to get the floater to fall without a foul. So it's 10-7 now. Johnson Brock out in front by 3 with 3:22 to play in the first quarter. The pass right side. Here comes Toll. Carson Toll with the basketball. Passes it now right side to Caden Fletcher. Fletcher holding the basketball above his head right in front of Johnson Brock's bench on the far sideline. Here is top of the key to Coleman. Dashel Coleman has the basketball for Elmwood-Murdock on offense as they trail it by 3. Down low, Schmidt. Schmidt working on the smaller defender, Meyer. He tries to bank it in off the glass, unable to get it. And it's going to be rebounded now by Dollinghouse of Johnson Brock as he brings it across the timeline. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The three-pointer by Dollinghouse just off to the left. But the tip-in is good by Brody Kohler for Johnson Brock. And Johnson Brock, the Eagles, out in front by 5. It's 12-7 with 2:39 to play in the first quarter. Nick Sandert with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena as Dashel Coleman has it on the right side just underneath the hoop for Elmwood-Murdock. Now top of the key. They kick it back out to Schmidt. Schmidt not really a threat to shoot from the perimeter, so the defender, Austin Meyer, sags off of him. Now onto the right side. The floater in the lane is no good by Dashel Coleman. And a nice rebound there, once again by Dollinghouse. Up the floor to Keeson Dollinghouse for 3, just a tad strong, and the defensive board is corralled by Carson Toll. As Elmwood-Murdock brings it up the floor, trailing 12-7 with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. Here is Fletcher. Fletcher still scoreless on the day after just attempting one shot here in the first 6 minutes of the ball game. On the far right side, Schmidt. Schmidt in the lane. The reverse layup is good. Nice take there by Aiden Schmidt, as Schmidt now has 6 points on 3 of 5 from the field. So now inside is Dollinghouse passes now back into the elbow. Pass down below on a nice back cut by Austin Meyer, and he gets in a 14-9 lead. Johnson Brock out in front by 5 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. A fast-moving opening period of play here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt just inside the perimeter. Passes it right side to Dashel Coleman. Dashel will use the screen right by Schmidt and then immediately pick up his dribble as he gets picked up by Austin Meyer. Coleman looking for help, finds Fletcher out near the perimeter. Now back to Coleman. Coleman back to Fletcher. Now passes left side, Toll into the near corner. Here it is with Jones. Jones working on the smaller defender as that's Dollinghouse. Now back out to Fletcher. A little bit of miscommunication as he tried to throw it to the right wing. And it's going to be out of bounds to Johnson Brock. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's 14-9. Johnson Brock out in front of Elmwood-Murdock as they throw it in right side now. Dollinghouse as he'll slow things down. 53 seconds and counting on the game clock here in the opening period of play. Kason Dollenhouse with the basketball at the elbow, kicks it out to the right side. Now gets switched on to Toll as the defender. Working inside here is Gravatt. Gravatt passes out far corner to Behrens. Behrens shoots the elbow jumper and it swishes through the net. What a nice shot by Grady Behrens off the bench. And it's 16-9 Johnson Brock, as Johnson Brock on a little 8-0 spurt here over the last couple of minutes of game time. We are under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. The shot clock is dark here in the final possession of the first. Here standing near the Nebraska end at center court is 14 Dashel Coleman. Dashel will dribble to his left side with 8 on the game clock. Coleman steps back, fires the 3 on the way, missed everything. Air ball, throw up the floor as they try to push up the pace, and it's going to be hauled in by Behrens. He misses the layup, and the shot on the putback will not count. And so at the end of the first quarter, it is 16-9. Johnson Brock out in front of Elmwood-Murdock. And so we'll step away for 60 seconds and come back with the start of the second quarter here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Pinnacle Bank Arena, start of the second quarter. It starts off with a bang as a nice shot there by Camden Dollinghouse puts Johnson Brock up on Elmwood-Murdock 18-9 here with a quick 2 points in the second quarter as Dashel Coleman has it for Elmwood-Murdock. He passes inside, shot blocked from behind, but Elmwood-Murdock gets another crack at it. Here's Toll. Toll looking for help, finds Fletcher at the top of the key. Elmwood-Murdock on the victims of a Johnson Brock 10-0 run here, spanning back to the midway points of that first quarter. Here on the far right side, it's Dashel Coleman. Coleman passes the right elbow with 1 on the shot clock off the glass, and it's not going to hit the rim, so that's going to be a shot clock violation on the shot attempt by Aiden Schmidt. Schmidt has tried that a couple of times as he's tried to bank it in off the glass from the right elbow, and he hasn't been able to get anywhere close. He's hasn't even grazed the rim on both attempts. Now, here is Austin Meyer. Meyer with it on the right side to the top of the key where Kaler has it. Brody Kaler now to Bowie. Bowie into the near corner to Kason Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse working as he picks up his dribble. Gives it out to Camden. Camden passes left side to Austin Meyer. Meyer with it with 4 points on 2 of 3 from the field so far. A lot of those have been on offensive rebounds as he already has 5 boards on the day. Camden Dollinghouse with it on the right wing, now with 3 on the possession. Kason Dollinghouse fires the 3, unable to hit, and that should be a shot clock violation. There you go. It is. As with 6:38 to go in the second quarter, it is 18-9 Johnson Brock, and it is a shot clock violation on the Johnson Brock Eagles. So Elmwood-Murdock, the Knights coached by Lance Steffen. He looks on from the bench across the way to my right as Dashel Coleman has it. Now passes it to Toll on the right wing. Toll gives it to Fletcher at the top of the key. He uses the screen right by Toll. Now he throws back the other way as they try to reverse the ball around the perimeter. The entry pass down low, almost taken away by Austin Meyer, unable to get it to Aiden Schmidt, who was the intended receiver on that one, as it bounces off of Meyer's hands out of bounds off Johnson Brock. And so it's going to be Elmwood-Murdock basketball here underneath their own basket. 6:14 to go. They get it into Schmitz, and he cannot haul it in. He loses the basketball to Johnson Brock. Here comes Dollinghouse. Kason Dollinghouse finds Meyer. Meyer, as he tried to fake his shot on the way up. He lifted his left foot, and he gets called for a traveling violation. So quickly, before I can even look up, it's with 6:05 to go, Johnson Brock turns it over once again. That is their fourth turnover of the day. On the right side, palming the basketball is Marsh for Elmwood-Murdock. First time we've seen Marsh here this morning. Here's Fletcher. Fletcher to the top of the key now to Marsh. Marsh passes it left side to Toll. Toll with it at the top of the key. 5:45 to go, second quarter, as Marsh has it on the right wing. Thought about shooting the three, now decides to drive in. Now kick it back out to Dashiell Coleman on the right wing. Guarded closely there by Kaler. Kaler, as that one's going to bounce out of bounds and hit me, as there we go. There you go, Camden Dollenhouse. As once again, getting some action here sideline as it bounces into our table. 5:32 to go in the second quarter. It's 18-9. Johnson Brock out in front of Elmwood-Murdock. So Johnson Brock with the basketball after an Elmwood-Murdock turnover. As on the near corner, it's Austin Meyer finds a cutting Bowie. Bowie with the basketball, kicks it left side. Good ball reversal in the lane. Dollenhouse can't hit the easy bunny, and it's going to be rebounded by Schmidt of Elmwood-Murdock. Now the bounce pass up the floor, and that shot's blocked from behind by Kason Dollenhouse. Going the other way, pushing the pace, and the one-handed flush by Brody Kaler for Johnson Brock as it's 20-9. The Eagles on top of Elmwood-Murdock after a one-handed slam from the right side by Brody Kaler. Here's Dashiell Coleman. Coleman looking for answers offensively are the Elmwood-Murdock Knights in the lane, getting it tripped away, gets it back. Here's Marsh. The layup is good. It circled the cylinder about 3 times before it finally dropped, and that breaks what is a 12-0 run by Johnson Brock. On the right side here is Bowie. Bowie to Dollenhouse. 4.5 to play in the second quarter. On the right side, Meyer. Meyer bounces inside as the defense lost Dollenhouse. That's probably not a great idea, as now Dollenhouse gets the layup to fall from the right side of the rim, and it's going to be 22-11. A good assist there by Bowie of the Johnson Brock Eagles. Here's Dashiell Coleman in the lane. He gets bumped and fouled on the layup attempt, and so Coleman will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. 22-11, 4:14 to play in the second quarter. Johnson Brock is out in front by 11 on Elmwood-Murdock. It's the game of hyphens. Johnson Brock, Elmwood-Murdock, and Dashiell Coleman at the charity stripe to shoot 2 shots. The first one on the way. It's good for Elmwood-Murdock as they now trim that Johnson Brock lead 22-12. Check into the game for Johnson Brock, I believe was number 32, that is, Gravatt. And so after the second free throw is no good, Austin Meyer for Johnson Brock will take a seat. Passing it right side here is Bowie. Bowie now to Gravatt. Gravatt right side, Dollenhouse now to Kaler. Brody Kaler, who just had a nice slam dunk a moment ago, passes off to Dollenhouse. Dollenhouse step back, fade away, won't hit it. And the rebound is going to be knocked out of the hands of Schmidt as it will be saved by Johnson Brock. In the near corner, Bowie, wide open 3. And that's the result you want if you're Johnson Brock. It's 25-12. Bowie with a 3-pointer from the far corner on a great find by Camden Dollenhouse. And Bowie now has 5 points on the day for the Johnson Brock Eagles. Here's Elmwood-Murdock down low, working as Schmidt. Schmidt draws the contact. He'll be fouled, and Schmidt will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Three minutes, 26 seconds to go in the second quarter. 25-12 is your score as number 1 seeded Johnson Brock leads Elmwood-Murdock. Over at the Devaney Center in Class C1 action, Lincoln Lutheran has a 10-point advantage on Fillmore Central. They lead at 16-6. If all goes to plan, we should see Lincoln Lutheran on Friday here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So that game, if they're able to win today, that game for the Lincoln Lutheran Warriors will be on, March 14th, which is Friday at 9 a.m. They'll play, if Lincoln Lutheran can hold on there, against Fillmore Central, although it's in the early stages. They'll play the winner of Cozad and Ashland Greenwood. That one will be on the air at 9 a.m. on Friday. All right, back here at the action here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's 27-13 now. Johnson Brock out in front by 14. 2:51 to play in the second quarter Elmwood-Murdock with the basketball. Schmidt has it for the Knights offense as he gets lost in a double, now finds a cutting Toll. Toll on the right side of the lane, gets bumped, can't hit the layup, but Toll will go to the line to shoot 2 shots as Elmwood-Murdock doing a nice job here in the second quarter getting to the line. It's been a relatively clean game so far, just 3 fouls in the second quarter. There was only 3 in the first quarter combined between the two teams. All 3 fouls here in the second quarter going against the Johnson Brock Eagles as Toll is able to make the first shot. 2 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the second quarter. Nick Sainert with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Jake Bachhoven back in our 93.7 The Ticket Studios. 27-14 your score. The second free throw will hit off back iron on the attempt by Toll, and it is rebounded by Dallinghouse for Johnson Brock. Johnson Brock with the basketball to Dallinghouse. Dallinghouse on the right wing, guarded by Dashiell Coleman. Hands it off now to Bowie. Bowie 3-ball on the way for Dallinghouse, and he sinks it 30-14. Johnson Brock doing a great job offensively, finding some shots, and they are now 5 for their last 6, 3 for their last 3. From the field are the Johnson Brock Eagles. 2:12 to go in the second quarter as Elmwood-Murdock has the basketball on the right wing. It's Dashiell Coleman. Coleman looking for help, trying to find somebody to bail him out, and he finally is able to get to the ball to Marsh, whose shot in the lane is blocked by Kaler. Brody Kaler rejects that one out of bounds from the left side of the rim, and it's going to be Elmwood-Murdock basketball still with 2:01 to play in the second quarter. It's 30-14 here in the second stanza. They throw it out top. Here with it is Jones. Jones with it on the right side. 3-ball Toll. That one's just a tad strong, and the rebound is hauled in by Dallinghouse for Johnson Brock. Johnson Brock will bring it across the timeline at the top of the key. He has it. Now back to Dallinghouse on the dump down, to Gravatt. The layup is good from the left side. It's now 32-14 after a layup by Gravatt gets Johnson Brock out in front by 18 points. Here cutting Schmidt. Schmidt in the lane off the glass, way too strong, and it's going to be hauled in by Johnson Brock defensively. 1:20 to go in the second quarter. In the right side of the lane, it's Dallinghouse. He gets hit hard and fouled. It'll be on the floor, and so baseline inbound because Dallinghouse, he kind of looked like he was in the shooting motion, however, was just trying to pass it off to his counterpart down low, Gravatt, but it will be a baseline inbound on the flat after the foul on the floor. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go in the first half. 32-14 is your score. Johnson Brock, the number 1 seed in Class D1, the 2-time defending state champions, out in front by 18 over the 8-seeded and 14-11 Elmwood-Murdock Knights as the quick baseline inbound pass gets it in to Brody Kaler, and he gets a nice little easy floater to fall. It's now 34-14 with 1:08 to play in the second quarter. Dashiell Jones gets his pocket picked. Watch out. Brody Kohler in the lane, and Kaler is able to get the two-handed slam to fall, and that is his second dunk here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. An easy two-handed slam by Brody Kaler after he picked the pocket of Dashiell Coleman, who has the basketball right now for Elmwood-Murdock. Murdock with the basketball. They throw it top of the key to Fletcher. Fletcher down low to Schmidt. Schmidt, the turnaround floater, missed it badly off to the left side, and Johnson Brock clears the glass. Up the floor, Gravatt. Gravatt with the basketball as Johnson Brock in the midst of a 9-0 run. Top of the key, driving right side, Dallinghouse. No look pass down low to Meyer. Meyer's shot's blocked by Schmidt. Bodies on the floor as the ball is being fought for, and it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow gives it to the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. Already 22.4 seconds to go in the second quarter. Game flying on by here as this first half has been fast-paced. 36-14 is your score with 22 seconds to go in the second quarter. Dashiell Coleman with the basketball at the top of the key, drives it right side, now backs it out to the perimeter. Coleman trying to get it inside now, throws it to Toll. Toll now passes to Schmidt. Schmidt in the lane, the floater is good. A much-needed basket by Aiden Schmidt, who's now 4 for 9 from the field. He had missed his last 6. Now on the shot, it is blocked, and off the glass, the shot will not count. And so at halftime, your score, the Johnson Brock Eagles, with an incredible first half shooting display. They're shooting 54% from the field through 2 quarters of play, and they lead at 36-16 over Elmwood-Murdock. We'll step aside for a couple of minutes, come back here with our halftime report on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow Pontoon Boats, and Triton Trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
When you get the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime you work out. And now through March 13th, get your first month free when you join. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage. And do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get your first month free and all the perks with the PF Black Card for just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends March 13th. See Club for details.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Opportunity can knock at any moment. When it does, you can't afford to miss a call. That's why you need a business phone system that gives your team the flexibility to answer anytime, anywhere. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, we make it easy to equip your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. We enhance the efficiency technology provides while putting people first in all we do. That's why we meet your business right where you are by offering customized office technology solutions that meet your specific needs. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert with you at halftime of our first game of the day. Johnson-Brock out in front comfortably, 36-16 over Elmwood-Murdock. I wanted to get to this. This was just kind of came across the wire a few minutes ago as a big picture high school sports type of storyline. Earlier this morning, the NSAA announced that the board of directors voted unanimously 8-0 for requiring score and statistic entry into Max Preps, which is the online statistics site that high schools use for varsity contests in football, volleyball, basketball, and soccer, beginning with the 2025-2026 school year. And so this fall, this is massive. And what I say for this is when coaches don't always put statistics or just newsworthy notes into Max Preps, that you're actually kind of doing a disservice to your athletes in terms of getting recruited, getting exposure, things like that. As a broadcaster, it certainly helps, but more so for the athlete, the ability to then create, allow and create exposure with those statistics. There's no reason not to, right? So exciting day for the NSAA board of directors as they voted unanimously to require score and statistics entry from all coaches into the online system of Max Preps for football, volleyball, basketball, and soccer. And then baseball and softball, that was already approved back in the January board meeting. And so baseball and softball will be included in that conversation as well with that 2025-2026 school year. So just wanted to touch on that while we are at a high school event, and with the NSAA, wanted to shout them out for announcing that earlier this morning. But back here at the current game, 36-16 is your score. There's a couple of minutes still until we start the second half of play. Johnson-Brock, the number 1 seed, looking all parts of it as they shot 16 of 30, 53% from the field in that first half. Didn't shoot it great from beyond the three-point line, but destroyed Elmwood-Murdock on the offensive glass. 9 offensive rebounds for Johnson-Brock in that first half. They out-rebound the Knights in those first 2 periods, combined 20-9. And so a pretty strong rebounding advantage by Johnson-Brock. And I'm sure if you're head coach for Elmwood-Murdock, Lance Steffen, in the locker room right now, you're saying, guys, we got to figure out a way to get a body on somebody, because Austin Meyer specifically has killed you on the offensive glass. Meyer on the day, 5 rebounds. Both Meyer and Brody Kaler, both with 3 offensive rebounds in that first half for Johnson-Brock. And so for surely, if you're Coach Steffen over there on the Elmwood-Murdock bench, you're saying get a body on somebody, box them out, and try to clean that glass and force some one-and-dones. For Elmwood-Murdock, they shoot 6 of 19 from the field in the first half, 31% from the field as a team. They had to weather some runs from Johnson-Brock. Johnson-Brock went on a 12-0 run at one point. It was 9-8 Elmwood-Murdock, and then ultimately it then became 20-9 at one point. Johnson-Brock went on a 12-0 run, and then in the later stages of that second quarter, the Eagles of Johnson-Brock went on another 9-0 run. And so it's certainly been a game of runs, and we'll see if Elmwood-Murdock can get on one of their own here in the third quarter. Your score at the halftime, though, 36-16. Johnson-Brock leads Elmwood-Murdock here in the D1 quarterfinal matchup. The winner of this game will get the winner of our next game between McCool Junction and Elm Creek. That one set to tip off around 10:45 a.m. All right, we'll step aside, come back with the start of the third quarter in just about 2 minutes of game time here on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Start of the third quarter here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Johnson Brock will start with the basketball as Dallinghouse has it top of the key. He works on the right side of the lane. He drives in. Nobody stops him. Great finish with the right hand by Camden Dallinghouse. And Dallinghouse, who had 9 points in that first half, quickly adds to his total. He's now in double figures. Pass down low is going to be taken away by Austin Meyer as Dallinghouse gets the ball up the floor on the right side, steps into a three. That three-point attempt is just a little too strong, and the rebound caroms out into the hands of Aiden Schmidt, for Elmwood-Murdock. Here's Schmidt with it on the right elbow, looking around, hands it off to Dashiell Coleman. Dashiell Coleman's shot is blocked, and it is going to bounce out of bounds to the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. 38-16 is your score. 7:17 to play in the third quarter. Johnson Brock out in front by 22. Sideline inbound as Fletcher gets it into Coleman. Coleman for Elmwood-Murdock with the basketball on the right side into the near corner. It's Fletcher. Top of the key, left side quickly. Here, top of the key now working Fletcher. Fletcher drives in, left side of the lane. Floater, tried to finish with the right hand. Can't get it to fall as it sat off that front rim, and it's going to be rebounded defensively by Johnson Brock. Going the other way, Case and Dallinghouse now passes it to Camden. Camden with it on the right wing. Camden Dallinghouse, that is. As he turns, hands it to Brody Kaler. Kaler, underhand flip. The left-handed layup in the lane, no good. Another offensive rebound for Austin Meyer. And Meyer now has 6 points on the day and 4 offensive rebounds. So here, cross-court pass for Elmwood-Murdock. Three-pointer on the way. Missed everything as Elmwood-Murdock just can't find the bottom of the bucket. It's 40-16, and we have a timeout called by Johnson Brock. I think they want to get Kaysen Dallinghouse out of the game, who's limping. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. But like I said, Kaysen Dallinghouse will go over to see the trainer while the rest of the team for Johnson Brock huddles up. It is 40-16. The Eagles out in front comfortably, 24 points over the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. The game to follow will be McCool Junction and Elm Creek. 21-5 McCool Junction going up against 21-4 overall Elm Creek. McCool is the 4 seed in the bracket, while Elm Creek is the 5 seed. And so the winner of this one gets the winner of that one here, as they'll play it at the Devaney Center on Friday morning at 9 a.m. certainly a little bit of an advantage playing on a Wednesday rather than having to play Thursday. You get 3 games in 4 days rather than 3 and 3. And so here on the right side out of the timeout, it's Dallinghouse. Dallinghouse gets it to Bowie. Bowie throws it up left side. Jumper on the way by Kaler will not fall for Johnson Brock. And going back the other way, here comes Dashiell Coleman. Coleman with the basketball on the left side of the lane. Murdock needs a bucket. They can't get that layup to go, but the rebound's going to be deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Elmwood-Murdock. Brody Marsh checks into the game for Elmwood-Murdock. 6:03 to play in the third quarter. 40-16 is your score. Johnson Brock out in front by 24. Inbound in to Schmidt. Schmidt turns around. The jumper is good. That's just too easy there for number 13, Aiden Schmidt, the 6'8" senior, as he gets the jumper to fall. It's now 40-18. Dallinghouse fires the three from the right side, and he drains it. It is now 43-18. And every time Elmwood-Murdock so far has tried to get back into this game, they are hit with a big shot by one of the Dallinghouse brothers. Here on the right side is Dashiell Coleman. Coleman with the basketball, pass the left side, Fletcher. Clayton Fletcher drives in center of the lane, kicks it through. Now to the left wing, 3 ball on the way will not go by number 15, Abram Jones. And Johnson Brock clears the glass with 5:14 to play in the third quarter. Here is Brody Kaler. Kaler left side now, working with it into the game is number 20, that is Grady Behrens. Behrens passes it now to Dallinghouse. Dallinghouse on the right side of the lane. He will take a bump, and there's going to be a shooting foul on Elmwood-Murdock as Dallinghouse will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Dallinghouse fires the free throw. That one is going to go. It's 44-18 now with 4:59 to go in the third quarter. Over at the Devaney Center, Lincoln Lutheran leads Fillmore Central right now in the third, 28-13. 45-18 is your score here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. As Dallinghouse able to hit both free throws, it's now 45-18. Abram Jones down low to Schmidt. Schmidt in the lane. He gets fouled. He had to shoot it backwards because he was underneath the basket. And so his front side of his body was facing towards the rest of the court and tried to flick it up there, and he got hit on the right arm. And so with 4:46 to go in the third quarter, it's 45-18, but Schmidt is at the line to shoot 2 free throws. The first one is good. Schmidt is now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe this morning for Elmwood-Murdock, who cuts that Johnson Brock lead back to 45-19. The second free throw for Schmidt will not fall, and so it stays at a 26-point deficit for Elmwood-Murdock. Here on the right side, it's Dallinghouse. He gets it to Behrens. Behrens now left side, working to Kaysen Dallinghouse. Dallinghouse kicks it back out right side to Camden. Back to Kaysen as he thought about the three-point shot in the lane. The layup was no good. He gets his own miss, and we have a foul called against Elmwood-Murdock. It'll be on the floor, and so it'll be a baseline inbound coming up for Johnson Brock here in just a moment. They get the foul on number 23, Carson Toll. So baseline inbound, they throw it right side. Here is Dallinghouse driving baseline. Dallinghouse with the basketball on the right wing. 45-19 your score, 4:18 to play in the third quarter. In the lane, kicking it back out to Dallinghouse. Dallinghouse now to Kaler. Kaler overhand pass down low to Austin Meyer, who passes it out to the near corner to Behrens. Behrens to Dallinghouse for another 3, and he drains it. It's now 48-19 with 4:02 to go in the third quarter, and Johnson Brock starting to pour it on. 3:58 to play, third quarter. Here's Dashiell Coleman on the right side. Coleman with the basketball. Gives it in the near corner to Toll. Toll now to Marsh. Marsh will drive in on the defender, Dallinghouse, and dribbles it off his foot. Going the other way for Johnson Brock. Here's Behrens to Dallinghouse. The layup no good. The putback try can't go. Another opportunity, and finally, Brody Kaler is able to put Johnson Brock out in front 50-19 in the lane. Schmidt, the floater, off front iron as it will be fought for and thrown off of Schmidt's legs to Johnson Brock. with 3:25 to go in the third quarter. It is now the largest lead of the game, 31 points at 50-19 here at the 3-minute and 25-second mark in the third quarter. So Johnson Brock with the basketball, dribbling in as that attempt on the shot is blocked on the attempt by Behrens, but Johnson Brock gets it back. Gravatt has it on the left side. Gravatt gives it to Kaysen Dollinghouse. Great no-look pass down low. However, Gravatt down low on the left block was not ready for it, and he let it go out of bounds to Elmwood-Murdock. So Elmwood-Murdock gets a stop, even though they didn't necessarily do anything to warrant it. And so with 3:01 to go in the third quarter, it's now 50-19 Johnson Brock. As Dashiell Coleman shoots the three for Elmwood-Murdock, he can't get it to go. And the rebound is going to be controlled by Johnson Brock as Elmwood-Murdock struggling to find the bottom of the bucket. No field goals made in the last 3 minutes of game time. On the right side, it's Dollinghouse. Camden, that is, top of the key, Gravatt. Gravatt now with the basketball, bounces it inside to the other Gravatt. Gravatt's shot's blocked, and it'll be hauled in by Elmwood-Murdock. Good job defensively there by Elmwood-Murdock. The Knights defensively get it as they push the pace. Here's Schmidt in the right side, tries the floater off the glass, can't get it to fall. The putback is good by Toll. Carson Toll makes it a 50-21 game now with 2:15 to play in the third quarter. On the right side, it's Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse, the up and under move in the lane, can't get the layup to fall, and the rebound is controlled by Elmwood-Murdock on the rebound by number 22, that is Brody Marsh. Marsh still has the basketball, now kicks it out to Toll. Toll to Schmidt. Schmidt backing down the defender. He turns around, and he's going to be fouled on the jump shot by Gravatt. And so now Aiden Schmidt will go back to the line to where he is 2 for 4 on the morning. Foul goes on Camden Dollinghouse. It's now with 1:56 to go in the third quarter, 50-21. Johnson Brock out in front by 29 points. Schmidt at the line, though, to shoot 2 shots for Elmwood-Murdock. Trying to make it a 27-point ball game. If they can make both of these, and he will not be able to because he missed the first. Second free throw for Schmidt is on the way. It will not fall. The rebound tipped around, controlled by Brody Marsh, who's been nice off the bench for Elmwood-Murdock. The pass down low to Toll is going to be thrown up in the air. He is fouled on the shot, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. 1:50 to go, third quarter. 50-21 is your score. The largest lead of the day has been 31, which we had just a couple of minutes ago in favor of Johnson Brock. The first free throw by Carson Toll will not fall. Toll on the day, 3 points on 1 of 3 from the field. He is 1 for 3 from the free throw line now as well. The second one on the way from Toll. And that one's good. It's 50-22 now. 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Here's Johnson Brock with the basketball. Gravatt has it on the right side. Gravatt dribbles down to the top of the key with his left hand. Passes it to Behrens. Behrens gives it to the other Behrens, who wears number 12 for Johnson Brock. Now gives it to Gravatt. Gravatt floater on the right side of the lane, and it's good as he stood on the G of the Big Ten logo inside the lane here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. With 1:25 to go in the third quarter, it's now back to a 30-point Johnson Brock advantage at 52-22. Dashiell Coleman with it, down low to Schmidt. Schmidt working with it on the Big Ten logo, trying to work on the defender. Gravatt can't get it to go, and Gravatt with a great defensive stop there on the much taller Schmidt. Gravatt listed at just 6'4", while Schmidt listed at 6'8". So you're talking about at least 3-4 inches that Schmidt had on Gravatt there, and Gravatt was able to force the missed shot and get the rebound. With 56 seconds to go in the third quarter, we have a foul on the other end, as it's going to be a shooting foul on the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. Kaysen Dollinghouse goes to the line to shoot 2 shots. The first one on the way for Dollinghouse, it hits. It's good. 53-22. Back to the largest lead of the day for Johnson Brock at 31. Second one on the way for Dollinghouse. That one's also good. And now it's 54-22 in the final moments here of the third quarter. 54-22, 56 seconds to go in the third quarter. as they'll run and allow Schmidt to bring it up the floor across the timeline now to Dashiell Coleman. Lazy pass taken away by Gravatt. Gravatt going the other way as he stops on the block, kicks it out into the near corner to Bowie. Bowie has on the left side, 3-ball on the way, and it will not fall for Bowie as the rebound is tipped into the hands of Carson Toll for Elmwood-Murdock, who has the basketball. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. They cannot hold for the final shot. The three-pointer on the way will not fall for number 5. That is Lane Mills. And the rebound will bounce out of bounds to the Johnson Brock Eagles. 26 seconds to go in the third quarter. 54-22 is your score. Johnson Brock out in front comfortably here in the third quarter. On the left side, Bowie. Bowie will drive into the fingernail. That pass deflected out of bounds. May have jammed the finger of Carson Toll defensively as he looks at his finger. He trying to shake it off, but as he tipped that pass out of bounds, might have just caught one of his extremities wrong and bent it back. Now on the right side, Bowie. Bowie with the basketball gives it to number 12, Behrens. Behrens to Gravatt. Gravatt spinning on the right side with 5 on the game clock. Misses the shot. Gravatt gets his own miss, and that'll be a traveling violation as he tried to gather himself. Gravatt after skying high for an offensive rebound. 2.6 seconds on the game clock. Here is the Dashiell Coleman three-quarter court heave, nowhere close. And after the third quarter of play, it is all Johnson Brock. The Eagles up comfortably 54-22 over Elmwood-Murdock. As we enter the fourth quarter of play, we'll come back in 60 seconds.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert with you. On the left side, here's Kason Dollinghouse. He gets it to Bowie for Johnson Brock, who leads big, 54-22. Make it 56-22 after Austin Meyer gets the layup to go from the left side of the bucket. Austin Meyer's had himself a nice day as he now has 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He needs 2 more points for a double-double. In the lane, Schmidt, the jumper is good with the foul as he turned around, went over that left shoulder, finished with the right hand and got bumped. And so Aiden Schmidt will now go to the line to shoot one more shot. The first one, or the free throw on the way, no good by Aiden Schmidt. And Johnson Brock pushes the pace up the floor. Here's Johnson Brock on the right side with 7 minutes to go in the ballgame. Faking right, going left. Now the jumper off the glass. Nice job by Brody Kaler, who has himself his 17th and 18th points of the day on the jumper with just under 7 minutes to go. Now on the top of the key, here in the lane, Schmidt can't get the jumper, and it's rebounded by Austin Meyer. Austin Meyer's done a real nice job defensively on Aiden Schmidt today. Here on the far side, here's Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse, no look pass, and there's the double-double for Austin Meyer. His 10th points. He has 10 points, 11 rebounds on the day, and with 6:34 to go in the fourth quarter, Johnson Brock leads Elmwood-Murdock 60-24 on the far sideline. Now top of the key, Fletcher. Fletcher passes right side to Abram Jones. Jones, that pass out of bounds, deflected by Brody Kaler, and it'll stay with Elmwood-Murdock here with 6:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Brody Marsh checks into the game for Carson Toll, And for Elmwood-Murdock, 6 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the ball game. They inbound it here to Dashiell Coleman. Coleman with it to Abram Jones. Jones in the lane. The layup will not fall. And the rebounded once again by Austin Meyer. Stop me if you've heard that before. As on the left side here is Dollinghouse. He fires the three. And Kaysen Dollinghouse continues to shine. It's now 63-24, a 39-point lead. It's their largest of the day as the substitutes get ready to check in. Wholesale subs coming in for Johnson & Brock with 5:50 to go in the fourth quarter at the next dead ball. In the near corner, now top of the key, to back to Abram on the far side, the three-pointer. It's airballed on the attempt by Abram Jones. He's still scoreless on the day, and Johnson & Brock gets the basketball. And with a brief moment in play, or pause in play, Lucas Dollinghouse wants to call a timeout just for subs, and so it's a 30-second timeout. While we have a break in the action, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nick Sander back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Jake Bachhoven back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. It has been all Johnson Brock this morning, 63-24. They lead it over the 8-seeded Elmwood-Murdock Knights, as Johnson Brock has looked every part of the number one seed that they are. (63-24) is your score. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Sideline inbound here for Johnson Brock as they bring it across and pass it now left side. Here is Behrens. Behrens with the basketball, gives it to Hawley. Hawley for Johnson Brock, checked into Gravatt. Gravatt to Behrens, back to Gravatt. Gravatt on the right side kicks it out to Behrens. Behrens with it, crossing over, back to Gravatt. Gravatt with it with 2 points on the day. He also wears number 2 for Johnson Brock. 5:21 to go in the fourth quarter. We are under 10 seconds to go on the possession as Hawley drives in right side, spins around, finds a cutting Johnson Brock teammate, turns around at the last second to shoot the basketball at the final moments of the shot clock, and it will hit the side of the backboard, no good, and it's a shot clock violation forced by Elmwood-Murdock. 63-24 is your score. 5:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Dashiell Coleman with the basketball at the top of the key. We are under 5 minutes to go. Aiden Schmidt down low. The layup is good. Nice job by Aiden Schmidt, who now has 16 points for the Elmwood-Murdock Knights, as 16 of their 26 have come from one guy. The pass into the corner to Gravatt. Gravatt now to the other. Gravatt on the right wing. He'll fire the three on the way, and it just goes a tad strong as the rebound is hauled in by Elmwood-Murdock and Abram Jones. Schmidt throws it right side now to Dashiell Coleman with 4.5 to play in the fourth quarter. The pass in the near corner to Marsh. Brody Marsh driving in the lane. The layup is no good, but he is bumped and fouled, and Brody Marsh will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Marsh on the day, 2 points on 1 of 4 from the field. As a team, Elmwood-Murdock, 10 of 36, shooting 28% as a unit. Just lights out shooting by Johnson Brock as they are good for 51% of their shots, 26 of 51. They're also 6 for 6 from the free throw line as Johnson Brock, and 5 of 15 from beyond the three-point line. 63-27 now your score after Brody Marsh is able to hit the free throw. And on the left side, here is Behrens. Behrens passes it right side to Hawley. Hawley in the lane. The floater is good. Nice job there by number 10, Tate Hawley, the 6-foot sophomore, as he hauls it in and is able to get his first 2 points of the day. Here comes Dashiell Coleman with the basketball. 4:02 to play in the fourth quarter. That pass taken away as Behrens swipes it and steals it. It's a 3-on-1 break. He bounces it now to Behrens. The layup in the lane, too strong. Gravatt gets the own offensive rebound. And on the second attempt, it's going to be blocked out and hauled in by Johnson Brock. Now Hawley for 3. Tate Hawley drains it from the right wing to make it a 68-27 ball game. 3:38 to play in the fourth quarter. Hawley now has 5 as he's 2 for 2 from the field, and we'll have a quick timeout on the floor for substitutions. It is an Elmwood-Murdock timeout. Let's step aside. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second breather and come right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our precision ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, Nick Sainert with you as Elmwood-Murdock has some substitutions in. They bring in number 21, Rowan Castens, who's a 5'9 senior. And a three-point bucket by Aiden Schmidt falls, and so now it's 68-30 as Johnson Brock with the basketball and the lead. The left side, three ball on the way, will not fall, and the rebound tipped around, and it will be hauled in by Schmidt, who's a senior himself. Schmidt brings it across the floor, across the timeline. Here's Schmidt. He passes it left side to the elbow. Now kicks it out. Three ball on the way. No good. Missed it badly on the attempt by Rowan Castens. And so Castens 0 for 1 on the day after his first shot attempt. Now top of the key. Here is Johnson Brock. Rasmussen into the game for the Eagles as he has it on the right wing. Rasmussen now top of the key working is number 30. That is Deacon Burnett. Now three ball on the way is good by Justin Meyer, the 5'10 sophomore. And it's with 2.5 minutes to go. It's back to a 41-point Johnson Brock advantage. 71-30 your score. Here's Dashiell Coleman. Coleman passes right side down to the near corner. Schmidt. He'll try another three. That one was way off, way too strong. A lot of mustard behind that one. And up the floor, here comes Johnson Brock as a pass is deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Elmwood-Murdock. A group of 5 substitutions come in for Elmwood-Murdock as we see Schmidt, Coleman, Jones, Castens, and Bacon leave the floor. A lot of those guys for the final time, but we'll get the list of new substitutions in just a moment for Elmwood-Murdock as the three-pointer on the way, no good by Tate Hawley, and it's hauled in by number 42 for Elmwood-Murdock, Cale Lindsay. Lindsay passes up the floor now to Leo Rickley, now back to Rickley. Rickley passes to Castens. Castens to Rickley. Now to Holman. Back to Castens. Elmwood-Murdock in the lane. The layup too strong as it barely grazes the rim on the attempt by Rowan Castens. And here comes Johnson Brock up the floor. They try to get it into a cutting Johnson Brock ball player as Burnett was cutting towards the center of the lane, down the center of the lane, and he was just unable to hit the layup. But now we have a turnover by Elmwood-Murdock with 1:10 to go in the fourth quarter. And another turnover. A little bit of sloppy basketball as the reserves are in here now. Back the other way. Here's Lindsay with 1:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Lindsay, top of the key. Now to Castens. Castens back to Lindsay. Lindsay to Castens on the right wing. He fakes left, goes right, tries to split the double team, kicks it back out. Lindsay fires the three on the way, just off back iron. And with 45 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, Johnson Brock is about ready to seal this one as the layup in the lane is good on a nice find by Hawley. Great job by Oliver Everett as he was able to get 2 points on the board. And he's a 5'11 freshman who just scored in the state tournament. 73-30 is your score. The shot clock is dark. In the lane, it's Mills. The Mills layup will not go for Elmwood-Murdock. It's tipped out of bounds, and it will, as the clock is still running, because it's over a 40-point margin. The clock is still running. 73-30 is your score. As Elmwood-Murdock gets it in, Lindsay in the lane, takes one dribble, up then it falls for Cale Lindsay. You'll hear the horn, and your final score in the Class D1 quarterfinal matchup, Johnson Brock 73, Elmwood-Murdock 32. We'll step aside for 30 seconds, come back, and give you final stats and statistics here, right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena as we have our first final score of the day. Johnson Brock out in front over Elmwood-Murdock. They win it 73-32. It was all Johnson Brock. They shoot a perfect 50% from the field to the Eagles, 30 of 60 shooting the basketball. They also shot 36.8% from beyond the three-point line and 100% from the free throw line. Did not miss a single free throw, did Johnson Brock in that first game. For Elmwood-Murdock, struggled to find the bottom of the bucket the entire game as Elmwood-Murdock shoots 12 of 43 from the field, 27%, 15%, just 2 of 13 from beyond the three-point line, and they did not hit their free throws at a good enough clip. I'm sure if you ask head coach Lance Steffen, where they go 6 of 15 from the charity stripe. So once again, Dallinghouse, this is Camden Dallinghouse. He led all scorers with 19 points on the day, 7 of 13 from the field. He also added 7 rebounds and 5 assists. A really nice performance there by Camden Dallinghouse. You also had number 11 for Johnson Brock, if I can find him on the sheet here, Brody Kaler. He finishes with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 3 steals. Kaler goes 9 of 11 from the field and was second on the team in points with 18 on the day in 22 minutes of action. Austin Meyer for Johnson Brock finishes with a double-double. He scores 10 points and 12 rebounds, also had 1 block and 2 steals. For Elmwood-Murdock, there's not a whole lot to point to other than number 13, Aiden Schmidt, 8 of 18 from the field. He had 19 points to tie that game high. That was with Camden Dallinghouse of Johnson Brock. Had 5 rebounds and also 5 blocks in over 29 minutes of action. Your final score once again in our first D1 quarterfinal matchup, Johnson Brock 73, Elmwood-Murdock 32. We'll step aside, get ready for our game to come at 10:45 a.m. We're ahead of schedule, so the guys back at the station will have to fill a little bit longer than normal as we get ready for 4-seeded McCool Junction against the 5-seed Elm Creek Buffaloes. I will be on the call for that one from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Your final score in the first D1 quarterfinal, Johnson Brock, the number 1 seed, looked every part of it in their quest to three-peat this year as D1 state champions. They win it 73-32 over the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. Nick Sanders saying so long from now from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. Personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Jake Buckman back with you here at the 93.7 The Ticket Studios. It is a big day, a long day for us here with the NSAA Boys Basketball State Championship Tournament. We got it kicked off. We already got it underway. We're now in between games as between Johnson Brock and Elmwood-Murdock, which tipped it off for us this morning, and McCool Junction in Elm Creek. If you missed it, Johnson Brock had no problem with Elmwood-Murdock to tip things off here The Johnson Brock comes in at 26-1. They get their 27th victory of the season with a 73-32 victory over Elmwood-Murdock. More importantly, they move on. They move on. McCool Junction and Elm Creek will play again. The winner will move on as well to take on Johnson Brock Friday at 9 o'clock from Devaney Sports Center. So that is kind of the action going on in Class D1. There was one other game going on at Devaney Sports Center for the early morning games. The number one seed in Class C1, Lincoln team, Lincoln Lutheran, with a 64-26 victory over the 8 seed Fillmore Central. So unfortunately, Fillmore Central's season comes to an end, but of course that's what playoffs and tournament basketball is all about. So great season for them, but unfortunately not too close with Lincoln Lutheran today, who improves to 23-3 on the year. But again, more importantly, in tournament action, moving on, they will play the winner of Cozad and Ashland Greenwood, who will tip off at Devaney at 10:45. So Lincoln Lutheran, their next game set for Pinnacle Bank Arena here Friday, 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll go over the rest of the tournament, get you prepared for today's action. Again, as we are in between games between the Johnson Brock Elmwood-Murdock game and the McCool Junction Elm Creek game. Let's look at some of the other games. Like I mentioned, McCool Junction and Elm Creek is the game that is coming up next on the docket for 93.7. The ticket tip-off set for around 10:45. So we'll send it back out to Nick Sainer around 10:40 or so to get the pregame going for that game. Go ahead and look at the rest of Class D1 while we're thinking about it. Also, the two seed Howells Dodge will take on the 7 seed Dundee County Stratton. That game will also be played at Devaney Sports Center. 6 o'clock tip-off time set for that one. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Bancroft Rosalie and NP St. Pat's, who play at Devaney again at 7:45 for the nightcap in Class D1. Those winners will play once again on Friday in the 10:45 bracket, or a timing, I should say, from Devaney Sports Center. Head over to Class A, where we'll see plenty of action here on 93.7 The Ticket, as that will be a lot of the games that we have in Pinnacle Bank Arena from about 1:30 to 7:45. We got 4 different games to present to you. The 1:30 game will be Pavilion La Vista South against Pavilion La Vista. Pavilion La Vista South 23-3 on the year. They did earn the number 1 seed, and again taking on Pavilion La Vista, who at 15-10 is the 8th seed. Once again, that game will be right here on 93.7 The Ticket at 1:30. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Millard North and Bellevue West. Millard North comes in at 18-6 with the 4 seed. Bellevue West with the 5 seed at 18-7. So not too much of a difference there. That game again from Pinnacle Bank Arena will be at 3:15 right here on 93.7 The Ticket. The winner of those 2 games will play each other on Friday at 1:30 on Pinnacle Bank Arena. Furthering the action in Class A, West Side, the 2 seed at 22-4, will take on Lincoln Southwest. The Silverhawks at 15-9 earned the 7 seed this year. Their game again tonight at 6 o'clock here on 93.7 The Ticket and from Pinnacle Bank Arena. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Lincoln North Star and Lincoln Southeast. So 2 Lincoln teams representing the Star City here at 7:45 tonight from Pinnacle Bank Arena and here at 93.7 The Ticket. The Navigators 20-5 on the season, and so they are the 3 seed. The Southeast Knights 16-8 on the season, and they are the 6th seed. And then again, if Lincoln Southwest was able to beat Westside, then you would have a semifinal of all Lincoln teams. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Follow the action in Class A state basketball all day long here on 93.7 The Ticket. Class B, they will not play until tomorrow, but there'll be plenty of some of the games we have here on 93.7 The Ticket as well. The number 1 seed, Norris, at 24-2, will take on Lincoln Pius at 14-10. Pius, the Thunderbolts this year, 14-10, and looking to get the upset there. On the girls' side, we certainly saw some 8 seeds beat some 1. So within the realm of possibility, we'll see if the Lincoln Pius Thunderbolts can get that done. Again, Class B action not until tomorrow. The winner of that Pius Norris game will take on the winner of Scott Catholic and DC West. Catholic 21-5 on the season, West 22-4. That is the 4-5 matchup, and that game will be at 3:15 tomorrow from Pinnacle Bank Arena. The 2 seed Scotts Bluff at 23-3 will take on Gretna East, the 7th seed in Class B tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And then the 3 seed Wahoo will take on the 6 seed Elkhorn North again tomorrow from Pinnacle Bank Arena. That will be the nightcap at 7:45. Jumping over to Class C1, again, those games happening today. Already mentioned Lincoln Lutheran punching their ticket to the next round. The number 1 seed beat Fillmore Central 64-26. So they await the winner of Cozad and Ashland Greenwood. Cozad at 24-3 on the year. Ashland Greenwood at 20-5. That game will be tipping off shortly here as well from Devaney Sports Center. Supposed to be at about 10:45. So we will track that game, let you know how it's going, and let you know who will be playing Lincoln Lutheran in the next round. Also, Class C1 action today over from the Devaney Sports Center. The 1:30 game will be Ogallala, who had a really good year this year, 24-1 so far against Donovan Trumbull, who at 18-6 earned the 7th seed. Still pretty good year for them as well, so that should be a good game. And then at 3:15 from Devaney, the 3 seed Concordia at 21-4 will take on the 6 seed Sydney at 18-8. Class C2 action tomorrow. We'll wait to get to the action in Class C2 until tomorrow. But the number 1 seed Freeman feeling good about their season at 24-1. They'll take on the 8 seed Bergen, who comes in at 16-9 from Devaney. That's the morning game tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Also from Devaney in Class C2, Summerland at 23-3 will take on EMF 23-4 on the season at 10:45. And then tomorrow from the Devaney Sports Center, the 2 seed Utan will take on the 7 seed West Holt. Utan at 19-5, West Holt at 21-5. That game again, 1:30 Devaney Sports Center tomorrow. The 3 seed Cross Country at 24-2 will take on the 6 seed Cedar Catholic, who comes in at 21-6 tomorrow at 3:15 again from the Devaney Sports Center. Quickly going over Class D1, we've already kind of gone over to briefly. Johnson Brock beat Elmwood-Murdock on a game here on 93.7 The Ticket. So they move on to take on the winner of McCool Junction and Elm Creek, the game we will have next year at 10:45. The other side of that bracket, Howes Dodge and Dundee County Stratton will play tonight from Devaney Sports Center. The 2 seed Howes Dodge will look to move on there. And if Chalk holds up, they'll take on Bancroft Rosalie, but you never know if Chalk will hold up. That's the 7:45 game tonight. Bancroft Rosalie will look to get it done against NP St. Pat's from Devaney Sports Center. Then let's go to Class D2 again. These games will be tomorrow from Pinnacle Bank Arena. St. Mary's at 21-5 on the season will take on the 8 seed Silver Lake, who comes in at 19-6, 9 a.m. tomorrow from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Archangels Catholic at 19-6 got the 4 seed this season, so they take on the 5 seed Stewart, who comes in at 18-6 at 10:45 tomorrow from PBA. And then we go down to the bottom of the Class D2 bracket, where Wausau at 23-3 will take on Fullerton, who is 17-8. This game will be played at Devaney tomorrow evening at 6. And then also at Devaney, the nightcap there in Class D2, the 3 seed Wynot at 19-7 will take on Elgin Pope John, who comes in at 16-10. That is the 3-6 game. So there we have it. That is the rundown of what we will have in NSAA Boys Basketball State Championship bracket action throughout the next couple of days, obviously, as we lead into the weekend. Reminder again, if you are looking for the games that we played here on 93.7 The Ticket, 10:45 McCool Junction and Elm Creek, 1:30 Papillion La Vista and Pavilion La Vista South, 3:15 Millard North in Bellevue West. And then tonight, we've got plenty of Lincoln schools in action starting at 6 o'clock, Omaha Westside and Lincoln Southwest, and 7:45 and will be Lincoln North Star against the Lincoln Southeast Knights. We'll go ahead and take a quick break here as we're in between games. Have more to break down for you. Coming up next has a little bit to do with TikTok and college football, and not Nebraska particularly, as we've already heard that story. But we'll talk about that next year on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. Now is the time to get a glimpse into living and learning at Doane University through a personalized in-person or virtual visit. We know once you experience Doane, you'll see why it's a place where you can achieve your goals and shape your future. Schedule your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
I'll try to match that energy. I don't know if I quite can, as we have the pretty exciting music coming back from break here. We're in between games here on 93.7 The Ticket. I am Jake Bachman back at the 93.7 The Ticket studios. We opened up with Johnson Brock's victory over Elmwood-Murdock. And now Nick Stander is just waiting. As you know, he's just waiting there. He's waiting for this game to start. McCool Junction and Elm Creek, but we're not going to send it back out to him here for another 10 minutes as he does his prep. for McCool Junction in Elm Creek. Not to say that he hasn't done his prep before, but last minute iron some things out. So we'll see. That should be an exciting game. Once again, a reminder: this will not be the end of our coverage today. Plenty of games. In fact, Class A games will be coming up after this McCool Junction and Elm Creek games, starting in the afternoon. Class A at 1:30, the 1 seed Papillion La Vista South against the 8 seed Papillion La Vista. At 3:15, we will broadcast Millard North and Bellevue West. That is the 4 and 5 game in Class A. At 6 o'clock, we'll have the Class A 2 seed against the 7 seed Omaha West Side against the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. And then at 7:45, the nightcap tonight, Class A action between the 3 seed and 6 seed. 3 seed Lincoln North Star Navigators and the 6 seed Lincoln Southeast Knights. A quick shout out to Marcy, Sweet Things by Marcy. She brought in some delicious soups and sandwiches for us today, so we will not go hungry back here at the studios. And we always appreciate it. Head on to the old Corn Popper building and get yourself to some as well, maybe on your lunch break or, just throughout the day, throughout the week. It's always a good time to go to Sweet Things by Marcy. If we have a few minutes here, it gives me a chance to talk a little bit about TikTok. And I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I personally scroll through it, but I've never made a TikTok myself. I'm not sure for a while there. I heard you could sell your phone if it had TikTok downloaded on it. I think I maybe missed the opportunity on that because TikTok seems to be alive and well. And recently it's come up with the Nebraska football team. I know a lot of people heard that story where the Matt Rule had downloaded the app finally because his daughter, was working on a TikTok with Harper Murray, and he found out through there that his players were there's a lot of his players stuff on TikTok and some within the team facility. So again, this was kind of a story from last week, but he had them do some workouts and do their own TikTok dances as punishment and all that. So now the players know, don't do TikTok dances from inside the facility. Well, the TikTok craze does not stop here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Players, high school students, college students all across the nation are they're trying their hand at a TikTok dance, see if they can go viral. Well, West Virginia's new head coach, Rich Rodriguez, new and old head coach. I can't wait to see what he does back in Morgantown. But he is not one that really likes the look of TikTok. So he will go ahead and shut it down. He said, don't dance on TikTok. This is not just from inside the team facilities like we've heard from Matt Rule. This is just in general rule. So he said it's not necessarily that he's banning them from being on TikTok. He said he knows they're going to be on TikTok. He says, I'm just banning them from dancing on it. It's like, look, we try to have a hard edge. I'm quoting him here. He says, it's like, look, we try to have a hard edge or whatever, and you're in there in your tights dancing on TikTok. Ain't quite the image of our program that I want. So TikTok dances are banned for West Virginia student athletes. Got the story from ESPN. It's kind of funny. Nebraska did get a little bit of a mention in this. Of course, it's the story I brought up. They also mentioned Heisman Trophy winners Travis Hunter and Boise State star Ashton Genty, along with Nebraska's Dylan Raiola, are popular players who have made TikTok videos. As far as like maybe overextending, you might think, well, how can you ban TikTok videos or TikTok dances on your team? Rich Rodriguez says, again, quote, I'm allowed to do that. I can have rules. 20 years from now, if they want to be sitting in their pajamas in the basement eating Cheetos and watching TikTok or whatever, they can go at it. Whatever, knock yourself out. He said, but I hope our focus can be on winning football games. How about let's win the football game and not worried about winning the TikTok. So I know a lot of maybe some older fans out there listening would agree and like this stance. I think some of the younger crowd might say, well, what's the big deal? We're just, making some TikTok videos and try to promote our brand and get more of that out there, try to go viral. Of course, for players, that could be a big deal, but the West Virginia, the Mountaineer football players are going to have to do that a different way. Again, not banned from TikTok. They can find different ways to maybe make some videos, just banned from dancing on TikTok. I wonder what the punishment will be there from Rich Rod if somebody does not heed his advice or listen to his rules and goes out there and makes a TikTok video. I would be quite interested, TikTok dance video. I'd be quite interested to see how that happens. Like I said, I'm just quite interested in general to see Rich Rodriguez back at West Virginia. It's been an interesting career for him to kind of go full circle and end back up at Morgantown. Now, West Virginia, I think, has been in a few different conferences since he was there. I think that was back in the Big East days. Just saw another video with him and kind of talking about the one loss they had. I believe it was in 2007. Was just a crazy year. Not a good year for Nebraska football, but a crazy year in college football where South Florida rose up to number 2. I think West Virginia was number 1 or got close to it and had a loss there. He thought that was the worst game he ever coached, with the opportunity with Pat White and Steve Slayton and all those guys. That was probably as close as West Virginia's been to a national title, at least in my lifetime and when I can remember. But I'll be cheering for Rich Rod. Obviously, when he went to Michigan, things didn't quite work out there. Did have a brief run that maybe looked promising for Michigan for just a few years. And if you remember that kind of the Denard Robinson years there started under Rich Rod, but they just didn't win enough games there. Went to Arizona and didn't necessarily have the most success there. So he's kind of had to work his way back to West Virginia. And again, just feels like 2007 again with Rich Rod in West Virginia. But we're going to go ahead and take another quick break. And when we come back, we should be ready to send it out and get ready for the next game on our docket here in the 4-seed McCool Junction against the 5-seed Elm Creek in Class D1, live from Pinnacle Bank Arena with Nick Sainert. Coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. Personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Empower